Hello, and welcome to Code Your English, the place where we help you practice your English listening and speaking while learning something new for your life and career. I'm so happy you are here today. Whether you are listening at home, on the bus, or while going for a walk, thank you for spending this time with me. Today, we are going to talk about a very important topic: networking for success. You might have heard the word networking before, but maybe you are not sure what it really means or how it can help you. Don't worry. In this episode, we will break everything down step by step, and I will explain it in simple, clear English so you can understand and enjoy. Let's start with a simple question. What is networking? Networking is the process of making connections with people, building relationships, and sharing ideas, advice, or opportunities. It's about meeting new people, talking to them, learning from them, and sometimes helping each other. Many people think that networking only happens at big business events or formal meetings, but actually, networking can happen anywhere. At school, at work, at social events, or even online. You might be wondering, why is networking important for success? Well, the truth is, no one becomes successful completely on their own. We all need help, support, and information from others. When you have a strong network, you have people who can give you advice, share opportunities, introduce you to others, or simply encourage you when you face challenges. For example, imagine you are looking for a new job. If you know people in your field, they can tell you about job openings, recommend you to their company, or help you prepare for an interview. But networking is not only useful for finding jobs, it also helps you learn new skills, discover fresh ideas, and become more confident in yourself. In this episode, I will guide you through everything you need to know about networking for success. We will talk about what networking really means, why it matters, how you can build your own network, and how you can use it effectively. I will also share some common mistakes people make when networking so you can avoid them. So, get ready. This is going to be a very useful and practical episode, especially if you are trying to improve your career, grow your personal connections, or simply become a more confident communicator in English. Remember, as you listen, you are not only learning about networking, you are also practicing your English listening skills. That's a win-win. Thank you for joining me on Code Your English today. Let's get started. What does networking mean? Now that we've started talking about networking, let's take some time to really understand what this word means. Many people hear the word networking and immediately think of something formal, like going to a big business event, shaking hands, or exchanging business cards. But actually, networking is much more than that, and it is something that can happen in many parts of your life. Simply put, networking means making and keeping connections with other people. These connections are often made by talking, sharing ideas, learning from each other, and sometimes helping each other. You can think of networking as building a web or a net of people around you. People you know, people who know you, and people who trust you. This web can include friends, family, classmates, teachers, colleagues, neighbors, or even people you meet online. So, you see, networking is not only for business or work, it's also part of your personal and social life. Let's look at some clear examples to make this idea easier to understand. Imagine you are a student learning English. One day, you meet another student at a language exchange event. You talk, practice together, and share tips on how to improve your speaking skills. After the event, you stay in touch. Maybe you send each other messages or meet up again to practice. Congratulations! You have started networking. Another example. You have a friend who is very good at graphic design, and you introduce this friend to someone you know who needs help with a design project. You have helped two people connect, and this is also networking. Or maybe at work, you meet someone from another department, and you learn about a new project or idea from them. You are building a relationship that could bring new opportunities or knowledge in the future. One very important thing to understand is that networking is not just about asking for jobs or favors. This is a mistake many people make when they first hear about networking. They think, "Oh, I need to find a job, so I will start networking now to ask people for help." But good networking is not only about taking or receiving, it's also about giving and sharing. Networking works best when you build real, genuine relationships with others over time. You help others when you can. You listen to their stories. You share useful information. And you stay in touch even when you don't need anything right now. This way, when the time comes that you do need advice, support, or an opportunity, people will be happy to help you because they know you and they trust you. Also, remember that networking is not only for people in business or people with big careers. Everyone can benefit from networking. For example, if you want to move to a new city, having connections can help you find a place to live, get to know the local community, or learn where to find a good job or school. If you are learning a new skill or hobby, networking can connect you with others who share your interest and can help you improve. Networking is about building bridges between people, and these bridges can lead to many kinds of success, both personal and professional. In short, networking means creating and maintaining positive relationships with people who can help you, and whom you can also help. It's about talking, listening, sharing, and connecting. It's not only about getting something right now, but about building a strong circle of people around you over time. When you understand this, networking becomes much more natural and much more powerful. So, as we continue with this episode, keep in mind, networking is really about relationships. It's about being curious, open, and helpful. It's about building a web of trust and connection that can support you in many areas of life, not just work. Once you see networking in this way, it becomes easier, less scary, and much more meaningful. Why is networking important? Now that we understand what networking really means, let's talk about why it is so important. Why should you care about networking? Why should you take time to build connections with people? The truth is, networking can bring many amazing benefits to your life, both for your career and your personal growth. One of the biggest benefits of networking is that it opens up more opportunities. This could mean job opportunities, business opportunities, or even learning opportunities. For example, imagine you are looking for a new job. Of course, you can apply online or look at job boards, but many good jobs are never even posted publicly. They are shared between people, between friends, colleagues, or contacts. When you have a strong network, people might tell you about these hidden jobs, or they might recommend you to their company. But it's not only about jobs. If you want to start a new business, networking can help you find customers, business partners, or even investors. And if you want to learn something new, networking can connect you with teachers, mentors, or experts who can help you improve faster. Another important benefit is learning from others. You might be good at some things, but you cannot be good at everything. When you network, you meet people with different experiences, skills, and knowledge. By talking to them, you can learn new ideas, hear different opinions, and discover things you never thought about before. For example, maybe you meet someone from another country who teaches you a new way to solve a problem, or you meet someone from another industry who gives you a fresh perspective on your work. Networking allows you to keep learning and growing through your connections. Networking also helps you build confidence. Many people feel shy or nervous when they meet new people or when they have to introduce themselves. But the more you practice networking, the easier it becomes. You learn how to start conversations, how to listen carefully, how to share your ideas, and how to present yourself in a positive way. Over time, you will feel more confident not only in networking situations, but also in other parts of your life, like interviews, presentations, or social events. Another key benefit is getting advice and support. Life and work are full of challenges, and it's not always easy to face them alone. When you have a good network, you have people you can turn to when you need help or guidance. For example, maybe you are thinking about changing your career, but you are not sure where to start. A contact in your network might give you useful advice or share their own experience. Or maybe you are facing a difficult situation at work, and a friend in your network can offer support and encouragement. Having a network means you don't have to go through everything by yourself. You have a group of people who can help you along the way. Let me share a short example to make this idea clearer. Imagine a young woman named Anna who dreams of working in the fashion industry. She is talented and hardworking, but she doesn't know anyone in the field. One day, she decides to go to a local fashion event, even though she feels nervous. There, she meets a friendly designer who gives her some tips on how to improve her portfolio. A few weeks later, Anna keeps in touch with the designer by email, and the designer introduces her to someone looking for an assistant. Thanks to that connection, Anna gets her first job in fashion. Later, as she works and meets more people, Anna continues to build her network. Over time, these connections help her grow in her career, learn new skills, and even open her own design studio one day. As you can see, networking played a key role in Anna's success. It wasn't just about asking for a job. It was about building real relationships, staying in touch, offering help when possible, and being open to learning from others. In short, networking is important because it creates more chances, more learning, more confidence, and more support. It helps you grow both professionally and personally. So, when you think about networking, don't just see it as something extra or optional. See it as a powerful tool that can help you succeed in many areas of life. How to build a strong network. Now that we understand what networking is and why it's important, let's talk about something very practical. How to actually build a strong network. Many people feel unsure or even scared when they hear the word networking. They think they need to be outgoing, have many contacts, or go to big events all the time. But the truth is, you don't need to be a superstar or a big business person to build a good network. You just need to start small, be consistent, and use some simple strategies. The best place to start is with the people you already know. Many people think networking means meeting complete strangers. but actually, some of your strongest and most valuable connections are already part of your life. These could be family members, friends, classmates, teachers, colleagues, or even neighbors. For example, maybe you have a cousin who works in a company you're interested in, or a friend who knows someone in your dream industry. These people are often happy to give advice, share contacts, or simply encourage you on your journey. Don't be shy to let people know what you're working on or what you're looking for. You never know who might be able to help or connect you with someone useful. Another great way to build your network is to join groups or clubs related to your interests. Think about what you enjoy or what you want to learn more about. Are you interested in learning languages, technology, art, business, sports, or volunteering? There are probably local or online groups where people meet to share ideas, practice skills, or work on projects together. By joining these groups, you not only improve your own abilities, but you also meet people who share your passions. These shared interests can be a great base for building meaningful connections. For example, if you are learning English, you can join a local language exchange or an online conversation group. There, you meet people who are also practicing, and together, you can help each other grow. A third tip is to attend events, both in person and online. Events are wonderful opportunities to meet new people, hear fresh ideas, and stay informed about what's happening in your area of interest. These could be workshops, conferences, meetups, webinars, or even social events. For example, if you're interested in marketing, you can look for local marketing meetups or online webinars. If you're a student, you can attend university events or academic conferences. Remember, you don't have to meet everyone at these events. Even one or two good conversations can be valuable. The key is to be open, curious, and ready to learn. Another important modern tool is to be active on professional networks like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a popular online platform where professionals connect, share ideas, and look for opportunities. You can create a profile, describe your skills and experiences, and connect with people in your field. But don't just make a profile and wait for things to happen. Be active. Share interesting articles, comment on posts, join discussions, and send polite messages to people you admire or want to learn from. For example, if you see someone posting about a project you like, you can comment and start a conversation. Over time, these small actions help you build visibility and relationships in your professional area. Finally, one of the most important tips is to keep in touch regularly. Building a strong network is not just about making new contacts. It's about maintaining them over time. This doesn't mean you have to talk to everyone every week, but it does mean you should check in sometimes, share updates, or simply say hello. For example, you can send a message to an old colleague to ask how they are doing, or you can share an interesting article with a contact who might find it useful. These small actions show that you care and help keep the connection alive. Strong networks are built on trust and consistency, not just one-time meetings. In short, building a strong network is about starting where you are, joining communities that match your interests, showing up at events, staying active online, and keeping in touch over time. It doesn't have to be stressful or complicated. With small, steady efforts, you can create a network that supports your growth, opens new doors, and helps you succeed in ways you never imagined. How to network effectively. Now that we know how to start building a network, let's talk about how to network effectively. It's not just about how many people you meet. It's about how you build and manage those relationships. Good networking is not only about receiving help, it's also about offering help to others. In fact, one of the most important rules of networking is to focus on giving as well as receiving. When you help someone else, maybe by sharing useful information, introducing them to someone, or giving them advice, you build trust and show that you are a valuable connection. People remember those who support them, and they are more likely to help you in return when you need it. Networking works best when it's a two-way street, not just you asking for help all the time. Another key point is to be genuine and honest. People can easily tell when someone is fake or only pretending to be interested. So when you talk to someone, be yourself. Don't try to impress people by exaggerating your skills or experiences. Instead, focus on making a real human connection. It's okay to share your goals, your challenges, and even your mistakes. These make you more relatable and human. When you are honest, people will respect you more and will want to build a relationship with you. Remember, networking is about real connections, not just collecting contacts or business cards. An often forgotten but very powerful skill is listening carefully when talking to others. Many people think that networking is all about talking, but actually, listening is even more important. When you truly listen to what the other person is saying, you show respect and interest. You also learn valuable things. Maybe they will share a tip, an opportunity, or a lesson from their experience. So, when you meet someone, try not to focus only on what you will say next. Instead, pay attention, ask good questions, and show that you are present in the conversation. Good listeners often become great networkers because people enjoy talking to them. It's also important to share your goals and interests clearly. When you meet someone, they won't know how to help you if you don't tell them what you are looking for or working on. For example, if you want to improve your English or find a job in a specific field, be clear about that. You can say something like, "I'm currently practicing English to improve my speaking skills," or "I'm looking for opportunities in marketing because I'm passionate about creative projects." When you express your goals clearly, people are more likely to remember you and connect you with the right resources or contacts. Finally, one of the most important parts of effective networking is following up after meeting someone. Many people meet someone once and then never talk to them again. And that's a big mistake. To keep a connection alive, you need to follow up. This can be as simple as sending a short message after the meeting to say thank you or to mention something you enjoyed about the conversation. For example, you can write, "Thank you for your time today. I really enjoyed learning about your experience in this field." You can also share useful articles, invite them to events, or just check in after a few weeks. These small actions help strengthen the relationship and show that you care about staying connected. In short, effective networking is about helping as well as receiving, being real and honest, listening well, sharing your goals clearly, and staying in touch after you meet. When you apply these simple principles, you will become a strong, respected networker who builds meaningful and lasting connections. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent, open, and kind. How to start networking for career growth. Now, let me talk about how to start networking for career growth. Many people think networking is only for people who already have a lot of experience or an important job, but that's not true. You can start networking no matter where you are in your career. Whether you're a student, just starting your first job, or looking to move forward in your professional life. So, how can you begin? The first step is to look at the people you already know. This includes your friends, family members, classmates, old teachers, or coworkers. Sometimes we forget that networking doesn't only happen with strangers or important people at big events. It can also start with the people around us every day. Ask yourself, who do I know who can give me advice? Who has experience in the field I want to enter? Who can introduce me to someone useful? Start simple. The second step is to open yourself to new connections. This means joining professional groups, clubs, or online communities that focus on your area of interest. For example, if you are interested in marketing, look for marketing meetups, LinkedIn groups, or online events where marketing professionals share ideas. Even if you feel shy or unsure at first, remind yourself that everyone is there to connect, learn, and share. The third step is to prepare how you introduce yourself. This is sometimes called an elevator pitch, a short, clear way of explaining who you are, what you do, and what you are looking for. You don't need to make it perfect or complicated. Just be ready to share your interests and goals in a simple and honest way when you meet someone new. For example, you can say, "Hi, I'm Maria. I just finished my studies in computer science, and I'm looking to connect with people in the tech industry to learn more about career opportunities." The fourth step is to keep in touch. Networking is not just about making one-time contacts. It's about building relationships over time. After meeting someone, send a friendly follow-up message, connect on LinkedIn, or invite them for a coffee chat. Try to stay in touch, even if it's just once in a while, by sending a short message or sharing something interesting you found related to their work. This shows that you are serious, respectful, and interested in building a real connection, not just asking for favors. Remember, networking for career growth is a long-term investment. You won't see results immediately, and that's okay. But every small step you take helps you grow your confidence, learn more about your field, and open new doors for the future. Start today, even with just one small action, and watch how your network and your career begin to grow. Common mistakes to avoid in networking. As we continue talking about networking, it's very important to understand not only what to do, but also what not to do. Many people make small but common mistakes when they start networking. These mistakes can weaken relationships, reduce opportunities, and make networking feel frustrating or unsuccessful. So in this part, let's explore the common mistakes you should avoid when trying to build your network. One of the biggest mistakes is only contacting people when you need something. Imagine you have a friend who only calls you when they want help. Maybe they need a favor, money, or advice. Over time, you might feel used or annoyed because they never reach out just to check on you or offer help. The same happens in networking. If you only write or call people when you need a job, a connection, or a recommendation, they may not feel happy to help you. Instead, it's better to stay in touch regularly, even when you don't need anything. Send a short message to say hello, share something interesting, or congratulate them on their success. That way, Your connections feel real and balanced, not one-sided. Another common mistake is not following up or staying in touch after you meet someone. It's easy to meet someone at an event or online, have a great conversation, and then forget about them after the meeting ends. But if you don't follow up, that connection may disappear. People are busy, and they meet many others every day. So if you want to build a strong network, you must take the time to send a message or reminder after meeting someone. A simple thank you message, a LinkedIn connection request, or even a short email a few weeks later can help keep the relationship alive. Without follow-up, even the best networking moments can be wasted. Another mistake people often make is talking too much about themselves and not listening. Many of us get nervous when meeting new people, and sometimes, to hide our nervousness, we start talking a lot about ourselves, our work, our goals, our achievements. While it's good to share who you are, remember that networking is a two-way street. You should listen just as much as you speak, or maybe even more. Listening shows that you respect the other person, and it helps you learn from their experiences. Plus, when you listen, you may discover opportunities or ideas you didn't expect. So next time you meet someone, try to balance the conversation. Ask good questions, show real interest, and don't just wait for your turn to talk. Finally, one more mistake is being too shy or avoiding new connections. It's normal to feel nervous about networking, especially if you're an introverted person or if you're practicing English as a second language. But if you avoid talking to new people or stay inside your comfort zone, you limit your chances for growth. Remember, networking is about stepping out of your usual circle and meeting people who can inspire you, teach you, or open doors for you. You don't have to force yourself to talk to everyone, but try to challenge yourself to make at least one or two new connections when you attend an event or join a group. With practice, your confidence will grow, and you will find it easier each time. In summary, the most common mistakes to avoid in networking are contacting people only when you need something, not following up after meeting, talking too much about yourself without listening, and being too shy to reach out to new people. By being aware of these mistakes and actively avoiding them, you can build stronger, more successful relationships. Networking is a long-term process, and small, thoughtful actions can make a big difference over time. Stay open, stay consistent, and you will soon see the benefits of your efforts. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want to remind you of something very important. Networking takes time and practice. It's not something that happens overnight. You cannot build a strong, meaningful network in just one day or by attending one event. Like learning a language, developing a skill, or building a career, networking is a long-term process. It's something you improve by taking small steps every day, by learning from your mistakes, and by staying consistent, even when progress feels slow. So, if you feel shy, if you're not sure where to start, or if you've tried networking before and it didn't work, don't give up. It's normal to face challenges at the beginning, but with time and effort, you will see results. I encourage you to take small steps today. You don't need to make 10 new connections or attend a big event right away. Start simple. Maybe send a friendly message to someone you know but haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe update your online profile on LinkedIn or join an online group related to your interests. Maybe practice introducing yourself in English so you feel more confident the next time you meet someone new. Every small action you take adds up. Little by little, these small actions help you create a larger, stronger network that can support you in the future. Remember, networking is not about being perfect. It's about being present, being open, and showing a real interest in connecting with others. I want to leave you with this motivational message. Your future is shaped not only by what you know, but also by who you know, and more importantly, how you connect with them. The people you meet today can open doors you didn't even know existed. They can inspire you, teach you, and help you reach your goals. But you also have something valuable to give: your ideas, your energy, your kindness, your support. When you network, you are not just building your own success, you are also helping others succeed. And that is the true power of networking. So, believe in yourself. Believe that you have something unique to offer. Believe that you can step out of your comfort zone and build meaningful connections, even if it feels scary at first. Every conversation you start, every person you listen to, every follow-up message you send, all of these are building blocks for your future. You don't have to rush, and you don't have to be perfect. Just keep going, keep learning, and keep connecting. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode here at Code Your English. I really appreciate you spending your time with me, and I hope you enjoyed learning about networking for success. Remember, every time you listen to an episode like this, you are not only learning new ideas, you are also practicing your English listening skills. That is something to feel proud of. Before we finish, I want to invite you to reflect on what you learned today. Take a few minutes to think about the most important points that stood out to you. What is one new idea you discovered about networking? What is one small action you can take this week to improve your networking skills? Reflecting helps you remember and truly understand the things you learn. So don't skip this step. Also, I encourage you to practice your speaking. One great way to do this is by talking to a friend or classmate about today's topic. You can explain what networking means, why it is important, or share one or two tips you found interesting. If you don't have someone to talk to right now, try recording yourself. You can use your phone or computer to record a short summary of what you learned. This will help you improve your speaking confidence and fluency. And it's a great way to make your learning active, not just passive. Thank you again for being part of the Code Your English community. You are doing a great job by taking time to learn, practice, and grow. Keep going, stay motivated, and remember that every small step you take brings you closer to success. Until next time, take care, keep practicing, and goodbye.